Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. Listen, there are restorations and there are restorations, and when we walk around this car, I'm not going to say a word. You decide the level of restoration on this car and find a way to either discount it and never look at this car again, or find a way to get this car in your life. So I'll let you decide. I'm not going to say a word other than describe the car to you in detail, and then at the end of the video, you know what, you'll do what you'll do. But I will say this, if you don't do what I think you should do, you're going to kick yourself for not doing what I said you should have done when I didn't say it and you should have done it. Did you get all that? Anyway, come on up here for a second. Seal gray paint. This car is completely disassembled, nut and bolt, and this is not regular paint. This is Porsche Seal gray, and this is the detail that you're getting on a car like this. So come on up and let's check out that. First off, how you can read all the words on there and the deep metallic paint that's in there. You can see what time it is. All right. So listen, so this car is, all the emblems on this car are stick-on emblems. They are not any holes drilled and things like that, so that if you didn't want any of the emblems, they can come off. If you want to keep some, take some off. And there's one last thing you can do to the car if you want. Well, I mean, there's a few things, but if you wanted to add an RS grille to the car, we could do that as well with the hideaway doors, and that would just finish up the whole car. But everything from the beautiful paint, new chrome, grille, headlights, front and rear spoiler, marker lights, marker light bulbs. All right, come on over here for a second. I want you to see some of the rest of the stuff that you're getting. Check out these Boss rims here, painted to match the color of the car with the red calipers, four-wheel disc brakes, these cool kind of modern SS callouts right here, Camaro RS and SS. So come on up here and check this out. What I want you to see is underneath the car. I want you to see it is absolutely brand new under here. Look at the front suspension, everything, just so beautiful. We'll wipe this off for you before you get it, so it'll be really spotless. But not only is the underneath of the car great, because the top of the car you can see and you can say, wow, man, the top of the car is spectacular. The bottom of the car is painted, it's detailed, it's really, really nice. And essentially what you're getting is a new 69 Camaro convertible. You say, well, that's great, Tone, that sounds like an awesome car. Why this one? Well, let me show you a little bit about why this one, all right? So let's walk up here and check that out. Why this one is something like this. Oh, how did that get in there? Whoa, Corvette LS package in here, meaning it's the LS series engines, aluminum block, aluminum heads, 400 horsepower, 6-speed Tremec, close ratio transmission. Now listen, man, if you tried to source yourself a 400 plus horsepower small block Chevy with an aluminum block, you'd have to call Donovan or somebody like that. Get aluminum heads as well, then do fuel injection, all those things, then throw in the 6-speed, you'd be at the $20,000 mark. And this right here, this has $1 billion worth of engineering already into it. You don't even want to mess with it. I'm gonna tell you why, because General Motors has got it right. They had $1 billion, they spent developing these engines. These engines are everything that they build, and there's a reason why they do, because they are reliable, they make great power, they're fuel efficient. There are talks of this car getting 25 or 26 miles to the gallon on the highway, going for a cruise, which I think is just over the top awesome. The fuel injection is nice because it doesn't care whether it's 110 outside or it's 10 degrees outside. You fire the car up, put it in first gear, let the clutch out, and go. You don't have to wait for the car to warm up. You don't have to wait for it to go through any of its cycles. Big giant radiator here with dual electric fans, so that if you go to a car show and you're in that bumper-to-bumper traffic, the car's not going to overheat and throw up all over the ground and then not start. You don't want to be embarrassed when that happens. All new braking system, new wiring harness, new wiper motor. Look at the detail just in the fenders and the firewall back there. This great Cal induction hood here. This is just a cool piece, man. Dual horns. And I'm saying some of this little stuff, you're saying, well, it's a big deal about dual horns. Well, you know how many cars come to us that have no horns at all? Turn signals don't work, dash gauges don't work. We make sure that all of these ancillary products that we just talked about work when you get the car. Kind of turnkey. We've changed the oil, and it's ready to go. We've checked all the fluids, the brake lines, the hoses, tires, belts, you name it, so that when you get the car, that really is the idea that you go ahead and just turn the key and drive. Now, I don't know if you know too, but our price includes free and closed delivery, okay, at the offered price there. And it's door-to-door delivery, meaning somewhere in the continental USA, if you live there, this car pulls up to your house in the back of this gorgeous transporter or whatever, and the elevator comes back out, and all your neighbors are like, wow, what did Jimmy get? What did Jimmy get? And Jimmy got this. And Jimmy's car backs out, the guy fires it up, he lowers it on down, it's got a temp tag on it, it's got gas in it, and like I explained earlier, it's got the oil change, the fluids done, and Jimmy just needs to take whoever he wants and go for a drive because it's ready to go. And that's the way you want to buy a car. Cool, this is kind of cool, the Camaro, new school Camaro callouts with the old school taillights. I just think that's such a cool touch. It's like a little mix of the two. Again, we got the spoiler painted body color. Check this out. Trunk is carpeted. Cocktail shakers are back here for the convertible, but everything's all been done. This has all been wet sanded and buffed. Just the detail stuff is nice on this car. The nice thing about it, there's paint everywhere. They didn't really skimp on the paint. Like normally you see inside these holes, there's no paint in there. And this, whoever painted this car spent some time painting it. It's got the red boot that matches the brand new red interior. Got a black power convertible top. It looks really nice in this car. Let me show you something else too. All right, check out the underneath here. You got the Hotchkis suspension in here. Look at the nice exhaust, the way it's all bent. All the suspension is new. The cables, shocks, bolts, gas tank. Eaton Posi back in there. It's a 410 Eaton Posi, and the reason why you can have a 410 in this car here is because you got a 6-speed, and the 6-speed makes it so nice on the highway. You're just cruising. If you had a 4-speed, man, it'd be wound out, and you really wouldn't want to keep stressing it out. Okay, so let's step inside here for a minute, and let's look at some of the detail in here as well. First off, the interior is all brand new, from the dash cap to the dash being painted, this carbon fiber trim here, console with a matching carbon fiber trim here. I'd probably upgrade and get a matching either red shift knob or a carbon fiber one, or one that had like 2 red stripes in it, which would be pretty cool. We could probably find one for you. This has a Covan dash in it, so it's a reminiscent of being carbon fiber. Autometer gauges in here with a 10,000 RPM tach, 160 mile/hour speedometer. Upgraded Kenwood, Alpine digital sound system in this car. We'll do a lot of videos today, sorry, I forget all the stereos that are and everything. Power top, power steering, 4-wheel disc brakes, we talked about that. This cool 3-spoke wheel, it's kind of color matched to the rest of the interior in here. It's just an awesome, awesome piece, man. And I have to tell you that if you look back here, you take another couple with you. Look how nice the back seat is. All new. This is really, you know, I don't want to say it's a flawless brand new car, never been driven in its life, but has very little mileage on it. And it is really, I have to tell you, for the money, you couldn't build one anywhere close to this, and plus it'd take you 2 years to get it done. So I think that this is really just a great car, and I love the colors of it too as well. Okay, closing up this video, listen man, we talked about all the good things that are on the car and the time that it takes to build something like this. And in the real world, if you could find somebody to start on it tomorrow, outside of us, you're gonna talk in between 6 months to 2 years, provided you have a car in your hand. This is a way to get a car in your hand, already done, for less than you can get it done. It is a no-brainer. I'm telling you, do the math and you'll be like, well, how long does it take to get it to my front door? So anyway, if you can find a way to get this pretty cool 69 Camaro Pro Touring, LS powered 6-speed convertible, that's a lot to say, call us 301-816-1000 and we'll tell you all about it.